So you know what pisses me off in life? It's people who say, I'm going to do something tomorrow, or I'm going to do something next week, do something on Monday and actually start on Monday and never actually do it, right? It's the mentality of I'll start tomorrow, which I'm sure you've said many times, I've said many times in my life, right? I'll start something tomorrow and never actually do. It's that mentality that genuinely ruins so many dreams of so many men, so many people in general out there. It's the mentality of ultimately procrastinating. And what you're telling yourself by telling yourself that you're going to do something tomorrow instead of today, or you're going to do something next week instead of this week, well, you're telling yourself that it's not as important as you really say it is. You're telling yourself that it's not as much of a priority to you to actually achieve. If it was genuinely a priority, and if you genuinely had the urgency up your ass to actually get it done, you would get it done today. You would not be waiting. You would not be waiting a split second, okay? It's this mentality that causes so many ambitions to just fizzle away into the abyss and never actually be brought into fruition, right? It causes so many men to actually just quit on their dreams eventually because one, I'll do it tomorrow, transforms into another, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. And before you know it, you've wasted a whole year, a whole decade even, of never actually taking action on this project or this thing that you wanted to initially take action on, right? So the key is to take action on it ASAP. As soon as you get the idea, as soon as you get that little bit of impetus, motivation to start something, take action on it as soon as possible. I would recommend to take action on it within the same minute, within the same hour at maximum, okay? If it's something that requires a bit more time, a bit more preparation, sure, take that time to prepare, that time to plan, but don't use it as an excuse to continue putting it off, which most people do, right? And so there's a few things wrong with this mentality. First thing first is, yes, of course, you're procrastinating, you're delaying things. And look, no one ever gets anywhere by delaying stuff, right? Because as I said a few seconds ago, tomorrow never comes and the perfect time never comes, right? People who say I'm going to do something tomorrow are usually saying deep down that they don't feel quite ready right now and they're waiting for the perfect time. And they think that on Monday, miraculously, Monday next week, it's going to be perfect, right? Things like all the stars are going to be aligned and they're going to take action on it. And I can tell you right now, that's maybe 0.1% of the cases, because 99.9% of the cases, that person who said that they're going to start on Monday, when that Monday comes around, they never actually take action on it. They never do. Because what the problem is it's the mentality that they have, which is, they're telling themselves it's okay to delay, it's okay to procrastinate. And so that's the first issue with it, the first big issue with it, right? So if you're someone who does this actively, I'm telling you, like, this mentality is going to actually ruin any chances that you have in life to achieve greatness. The second thing that's wrong with it is that it breeds this mentality of basically being okay with lying to yourself, right? One of the worst things that you can do is basically tell yourself that you're going to do something and then not actually follow through on it, right? I've talked about this on this channel before in a few other videos, a few older videos, but being your word is generally one of the most important things when it comes to building enough self-esteem and self-confidence required to actually see results in life and achieve success in whatever field that is that you're in, and just overall tap into your full potential as a man, right? If you don't have that self-confidence, that deep-rooted self-esteem, well, you can say goodbye to achieving anything worthwhile achieving in life, right? And that comes from actually just being your word, building that trust with yourself. And so if you tell yourself, look, I'm going to do this thing tomorrow, and then when tomorrow comes, it's still on your list and it's 10 p.m. that day and you haven't done it and you're just about to go to sleep and you're like, damn, okay, I'll have to do this tomorrow now. But then when that tomorrow comes, you end up not doing it again. You don't realize the negative impact that has on your self-esteem and your self-confidence. It ruins all trust that you have with yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, I always say this, if you can't trust yourself, how can you expect other people to trust you? And this is super important when it comes to relationships, when it comes to business. You need to be a trustworthy person, but it all starts with being trustworthy with yourself, right? And this is where being your word is super important. So sure, say you'll do it tomorrow if you really need to, or say you'll do it next week or next Monday or next month if you really, really need to, and there's like a genuine excuse that really prevents you from doing it, but then make sure that you take action on it. Okay? And ideally take action on it now, of course. See, most people, they are always finding an excuse to not take action on something and to delay something, procrastinate something, that they forget about all the excuses that they have and the ability that they have to take action on it now. If you're always looking for the excuse to not take action on something, well, you're never going to take action on anything, because there's always 1,000 excuses not to do something, right? And sure, there might be less excuses to do something, but if you're always looking at the negative stuff and the excuses why you shouldn't do something, why you shouldn't invest in yourself, why you shouldn't go to the gym, why you shouldn't do X, Y, Z, well, you're never going to do it, right? So it's food for thought. Really want you to start implementing this, and the best thing to do is to simply start being your word. Start small. Start with one thing that you've been delaying and actually take action on it. Then start with 2 things, then 3 things. And day by day, you'll start executing more and you'll start procrastinating less, and you'll be more a man of your word.